been talking about the fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita is called Jnana Yoga, that is the yoga of knowledge. But this yoga of knowledge is not about the knowledge of the infinite. It is not about the knowledge of the the superconscious state. It is about the knowledge of first of all, he starts with revealing the knowledge of the personal God. How the incarnate it appears, and why it appears, and how it appears, and what is the what is the work that they do. And after saying this, after getting this knowledge, then he moves into the next thing, and that is again karma yoga. That is again karma yoga, where he reiterates again and again about the about the secret of karma. Because if we are not adept with the secret of karma, what is the karma, and where does karma leads us to, that might be very fatal in our life. That might have consequences in our life which will not be very desirable, which will not be very liked. And that is why Krishna wants to make a very clear, you know Krishna wants to have us have a very clear cut idea about karma. What is karma? And that is why he says, kim karma kim akarmeti kavayo atra mohita. Very straightforward approach. Very straightforward approach. He says, kim karma kim akarmeti kavayo atra mohitaha. What is karma and what is akarma? That is, with what are the what are the karmas that needs to be done? That, and what is akarma? Akarma means what are those karmas which does not fall under the category of karma. That is, you do something, but it does not fall under the category of karma. That means, they lead you towards enlightenment. They lead you towards God. They lead you towards divinity, towards being quiet, calm and quiet, towards serene mind. So he says, what is that? What is that which is called karma, which takes you into this world? And what is that which is called akarma? That is, it takes you beyond this world. Kavayo atra mohitaha. Even the realized souls, when they enter into this realm of duality, into this world, into this duality, into this phenomena, even they become deluded. Kim karma kim akarmeti kavayo atra mohitaha. He wants to make us aware that you might think that karma is a very simple thing. You might think that whatever it comes to you and whatever you decide to do, you might think that is what karma is all about, and that is it. It's not that. Karma has got its consequences. It has got its consequences beyond decades, beyond life. Even today's karma might have its results after 3 or 4 lives. So this is very important, and that is why Krishna comes back to this subject of karma again and again in Bhagavad Gita. So he says, kim karma kim akarmeti kavayo atra mohitaha. What is karma, and what is those karma which leads us towards enlightenment? Even the realized soul, after coming to this phenomenal world, they even get deluded. Tatte karma pravakshami yajagatva moksha se hasuvat. And that is why I'm going to tell you again about karma. I'm going to tell you again about karma. Why? Because by having the proper knowledge of karma, you will be liberated from every inauspiciousness. Like all these negative energies, all this inauspiciousness, all these vices, which are around us, which makes our life, which makes our life horrible, which makes our life, full of pain. There is a way by which we can get rid of them. And what is that? That is the proper knowledge of karma. If we have the proper knowledge of karma, what is those karmas by which I can get liberated? What is those karmas by which I can, by by performing them, I can have a very calm mind. I can go beyond this realm of duality and attain the state of, state of supreme peace, supreme silence. What are those? So that is also a subject of knowledge, and that is what Krishna wants to deliver. That is why he says that you need to have a very, very, in-depth knowledge about karma. And then he says, Karmanyo api bodhabhyam. These are the things that we had already discussed in our earlier session. He said, Karmanyo api bodhabhyam, bodhabhyam cha vikarmana. Akarmanascha bodhabhyam, gahana karmano gati. He says, you need to understand, you need to have a very, very clear understanding what is called karma. What is called karma? What is called action by which you grow? What are those actions by which you grow? Bodhabhyam cha vikarmana. And you should also have a very detailed idea, very clear idea, in-depth idea about those karmas which are the cause of your degrowth, which are the cause of your fall. As growth is because of karma, in the same way, degrowth, fall, negativity, also recession, depression, these are also because of karma. These are also because, and what are those karmas? Those karmas are called vikarma, which should not be performed. So we should have a very clear-cut idea about those karmas which we should restrain, from which we should refrain. We should keep away from them. So this we should have a very, that is why Krishna says, Kim karma. That is, he says, Karmanyo api bodhabhyam cha vikarmana. Akarmanascha bodhabhyam gahana karmano gati. He says, you need to have a very, very, in-depth knowledge about that, which is called karma, by which you are going to, grow in your life. And, you need to have you need to have a very, clear knowledge about those which will, which are the cause of your fall, which are the cause of your degrowth, depression, your, into negativity. What are those karmas? You should also be very clear about them. Okay, that means we also perform those karmas while we are in life. In our life, we also perform these karmas unknowingly or knowingly, forcefully. Maybe forcefully also because of our because of our this intense, because of our intense desire, because of our intense desire, because of our intense, intense attachment towards the rajas, that is anger, envy, jealousy, this intense attachment for all these qualities. We do things which, consciously, which harms us. We think that they are going to harm others, but they don't. They harm us actually. So this is what it is. So we need to have a very detailed knowledge about what vikarma is. Okay, karmanya vibhaddhabhyam bodhabhyam cha vikarmana. Then he says akarmanascha bodhabhyam, and you should also have very perfect knowledge about those karmas by which you get rid of all other karmas. There are some karmas by which, they act as a shock absorber. They act as a shock absorber. They act as a scavenger, scavenger of all the residues that we have, all the taints that we have, during our life, while doing our karmas, all the taints or taints, all the residues that we incur, they are scavengers. they all, they just suck them up and clean our system. They cleanses us. So those karmas are called akarma. Krishna says you also need to know what is akarma. And if you don't have this idea, if you don't have the idea about karma, vikarma, and akarma, then what? Gahana karmano gati. Your actions, that you are undergoing in your life, these actions are going to take you towards darkness. So while we are performing actions, we need to have a very, very clear idea about those actions which will, result in our growth, those actions which will result in our degrowth, and those actions which will take us beyond growth and degrowth into, into the state of liberation, into the state of divinity, super consciousness. So that is what Krishna says. Now he says, now this is the science, how to understand and how to know, what is karma and how to practice karma yoga. He says, karmanya akarma ya pashed. People who, people who perceive inaction in action. That is, they perform actions. They're performing actions, but they do not perform actions at all. They are in the process of action while they are very aware about the fact that they are not the doer. Thus, they are not in action. They are fully engrossed in action. They're doing every kind of action. But while doing these actions, they're very aware about this fact that they are not the doer. And because they are not the doer, that means they are not associated in the actions at all. So Krishna says, those who can see inaction in action. Karmanya akarmaya pashed. Akarmani cha karmaya. And those who can see, activity in inactivity. When I'm not doing anything, when I'm relaxing, when I'm sleeping, when I'm dreaming, I'm not doing anything. I'm just relaxing. I think that I'm not doing anything, but it's not like that. I'm thinking. My mind is active. My mind is active. So though my body is not working. Though my body is not working, my physical senses are not working, but the mind is working. And because the mind is working, I am in the process of action. So, though I see myself to be inactive, but I cannot perceive myself to be inactive because I have a very active mind. So a person who can see, action in inaction and inaction in action. This is the person, sa buddhimana manasheshu. This is the person who is a real, who is a real wise man. A real wise man is that person who, who knows, who understands that, action in inaction and inaction in action. So this is the person, he's a wise man. Sayukta Krishna Akarma Krita. Even if he does a lot of other works, even if he is, he's associated with many works, but he is not at all associated with these activities at all. He is always, always united with the self. He's always united with the divine. Is always in the self, in the super conscious state. So this is what he says. And then how to reach this point, how to reach this point where I can see, inaction in all actions and action in all inactions. How can I see them? He says, Yassa sarve samarambha kam sankalpa vivadita. Jnanagni dagdha karmanam tamahu panditam buddha. He says, Yassa sarve samarambha kam sankalpa vivadita. A person who intends to work, who has got who has his intention to work, but this work is not to fulfill any of his desires. The intention of action is not to fulfill his own personal desire. The intention of action is to fulfill the needs of the masses, the needs of others. When he is completely selfless, yasya sarve samarambha kam sankalpa varjita. A person does all the activities that he has to do, but while he is, while he's in the process of activity, he does not have any desire. He does not have any aspiration for any personal attainment. He does not have any personal aspiration. He does not have any personal goal. His goal is to fulfill each and every other soul, each and every other life. Yasya sarve samarambha kam sankalpa varjita jnanagni dagdha karmanam. To these people, this fire of knowledge, to these people, the fire of knowledge, they destroys every karma. Every karma means, what does it mean? Why do we perform karma? We perform karma because we have needs. To fulfill our needs, we perform karma. So when my karma is destroyed, means my needs are destroyed. I don't have any need. That is, I am completely fulfilled. Because I'm completely fulfilled, I don't have any needs. And because I don't have any needs, I don't have any karma also. So how did it happen? The knowledge which was revealed in me, which was manifested unto me, this knowledge quenched each and every need from me. It just cleansed away all the needs from me, all the necessities from me. It fulfilled me, and thus all my actions are all burnt away. And that is why it says Jnanagni dagdha karmanam. These actions, the fire of knowledge, it destroys all actions. And the person in whom this happens, he is called Tamahu Panditam Buddha. This person is called a real Pandit, a real wise man, a real enlightened man, who yasya sarve samarambha kam sankalpa varjita. He does all these actions. But he does not do that to fulfill his own needs, his own desires. He does not get rid of karmas. He performs karmas. But all the karmas that he performs are not for himself. It's for others' sake. Jnanagni dagdha karmanam tamahu panditam Buddha. These people have their karma has been completely destroyed, burnt up by the fire of knowledge. And thus, these are the people who are considered to be, enlightened soul. They are the enlightened soul. Then he says, Tyaktva karma phala sangam nitta tripto nirashraya. If you have this, now he talks about qualities. If you have these qualities, then only you can go up to that point where you can see inactivity in activity and activity in inactivity. The moment when you can see inactivity in activity, that is called enlightenment. When you are very much active, in the world, but you see yourself to be completely inactive, free from all actions, that is called enlightenment. So Krishna says that to come to this point where you can be able to remain inactive in the midst of all activities, you need to have some kind of qualities. What are the qualities? Now he's explaining. He says, Phala Sangam. Try to get rid of all the results of your actions. Getting rid of the results of action means getting rid of the expectations of the results of actions. Your work is to work. Your work is to work. That's it. Work and forget. Work and forget. Work and work. And work. And work. Work. This work is going to take you towards higher work. Then also work. That work is going to take you towards another higher work. And in this way, just keep working till the time when you see that you don't work at all. You don't work at all. You're free from all actions. So, to come to this point where you work and you see that you're free from all actions, the first thing that you need is you need to be completely separate from all the expectations of your actions. Never expect anything while you are performing any action. Don't expect any result. Don't try to look to see what are the result that has come. Don't try to get attached to them. Just keep on working, knowing that this is what life is all about for the time being. And once you do this for the time being, with full sincerity, with full honesty, with full conviction that my work is to keep working. My work is not to see what the results has been created and to enjoy the results. No, that is not my thing at all. My thing is to just keep on working. That's it. If you can do it for a time being with full honesty, with full sincerity, you will see that you are out of this cycle of karma and the results of karma. And then you always feel fulfilled. Then you always feel fulfilled. You don't need anything at all at that time. Once you can get rid of this cycle of karma and its result, you see that you have gotten rid of all distresses, all needs, all crises. This is what it is. What does it mean when you get rid of the cycle of karma and its result? What does it mean literally? It means that you are going to get rid of all the distress, all the needs, all the crises, all the sense of crisis. I don't have this, I don't have that, I need this, I need that. This kind of crisis, you're going to get rid of that. And in place of that, what is going to substitute? The thing that is going to substitute here is immense amount of joy, immense amount of peace, bliss, fulfillment. Now the question is, okay, I am feeling fulfilled. Does this fulfillment bring food to me? Does this fulfillment brings, whatever I need? The answer is yes. This fulfillment that you have, this fulfillment brings you everything that you need. And the actions that you do from your ego, being desirous from the actions that you do, those actions bring things which you don't need at all. They bring food, but with food they bring fire also. They burn your house. They bring money. With money they bring fear. They burn your mind. They burn your life completely. You're always scared, anxious. So they bring things, but they bring things which you don't need, which you don't, which you cannot keep it with yourself. So if you are always satisfied, if you are always satisfied with joy, immense amount of joy within you, if there is immense amount of peace within you, you will see that, and if you have immense amount of fulfillment within you, that fulfillment will bring fulfillment to you in your external world. You don't need to, go after anything. That is why, it is very essential that you always feel that fulfillment within you. You always feel that joy within you. You always feel that joy, that feel of the feel, you always feel that freedom, the freedom always within you, and be happy about it. And that will bring everything that you need. And when it will bring, you will see that you don't need them. You don't need that much. They come to you in excess. They come to you in excess. You will say, I don't need that much. I need it, but I don't need it that much. But it comes in excess. And thus you just give, 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 and your life becomes really a blissful life. Your life becomes a temple, a living temple, a living temple, a living church. Your life becomes a living worship. You become so happy with your own life. You become so happy. So it says, Taktva karma phala sangam. Try to stay away from the hankering of the results of action. Don't don't pay attention in what you are doing and what are the results they're bringing. Just keep working fully with full sincerity and forget. That's all. Don't go and just look backwards and see what is coming. Don't see that. Just keep moving forward. Taktva karma phala sangam nitta tripto. And when you do this, then you see you become nitta tripto. You become eternally satisfied. The only way to become eternally satisfied is to get rid of all the attachment towards the results of actions. The moment you are completely out of this, you could do that. You could come out of this. But I don't need any action, results of action at all. I don't need to know what are the results of actions. I just want to do the actions with more sincerity, with more devotion, with more honesty, with more truthfulness, with more perfection. That's it. You see that you are becoming nitya tripta. That is, you're becoming eternally satisfied. Taktva karma phala sangam nitya tripta nirashraya. You see that you are, shelterless. Shelterless. You don't have any shelter. Here, shelter is not about house. Shelter is about those which we hold for a support. You don't need any support. You are the support. You become the support of everybody. You don't need any support of anybody, of anything. Even you don't need the support of God. Even you don't need the support of God. You see that you are always fulfilled. You are always, eternally fulfilled. You don't need support of anybody. Taktva karma phala sangam nitta tripto nirashraya karmanna bhi prabrittopi naiva kinchit karo disa. These people, even if they are doing many actions, even if they are engaged in many actions, these people never get attached with any action at all. They don't have any attachment. They don't have any connection with any action at all. So you need to always remember this, that the only thing that I need to do is I need to keep away from the results of actions. And that is the key. That is the key to have full, that is the key to have this eternal satisfaction always. And when I feel that eternal satisfaction, then I see that though I am doing a lot of work, though I am engaged in so many work, so many endeavor, I am not at all binded in anything. I'm free from everything. Karmanya viprabrittopi naiva kinchit karoti sa. And then it says, nirashisha chittatma taktva sarva parigraha. Nirashisha chittatma. Without any desire. Nirashi. The world is full of temptation. The world is tempting me, come here, do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to give you that. When I go out into this world, every time, in every corner, there are things, that tempt me. Do this, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you back this. So there's always a temptation, but it says, Nirashi, don't be tempted. Don't be tempted into this don't be tempted by anything of this world. Sarva aparigraha. Keep things, keep things that much which you need. That's it. Don't, save. Don't keep more than what you need. Don't keep more than what you need. Don't just save things, deposit. Don't deposit, keep more and more. No, just keep things that much, whatever you need, whatever your body needs, whatever your mind needs, that's all. If you have a family, keep that much that you need for the family. Don't keep more and more. Don't have this, attachment towards more and more. Sarva parigraha. Whatever you need, keep it that much what you need. Don't keep more. Don't keep more. Nirashesha chittatma taktva sarva parigraha shariram kevalam karma kurvannapnoti kilvisham. The only reason why you want to do karma, the only reason why you want to do karma is, if I don't do any karma, then I cannot maintain my body. If you want to have any intention, if you want to have any intention of doing karma, have this intention that I'm doing this karma only to maintain my body. That's all. Because if I don't do any karma, perform any karma, I cannot maintain my body, and then I will be sick. So just to maintain my body, I'm doing all these karmas. I'm not doing these karmas to enjoy the results of this karma. Okay? Shariran kevalam karma kurvan napnoti kilvisham. If you have this kind of tendency, this kind of conviction that the only reason for which I am performing these karmas, the only reason is to just take care of my body. There's no other reason for which I do my karma. Because if I don't do karma, my body will not be, healthy. I'll be sick. And when you have this intention and when you do this karma, you see, whatever karma you do, you don't get, involved in any kind of sin. You don't get involved into any kind of, undesirable situation. You don't get into any sin. You don't incur any sin. Whatever the karma is, you see that you don't incur any sin. Why? Because you have done the karma only to maintain your body, not to have any enjoyment for the, of the results of action. Okay. Now he says again, what are the qualities that are needed for a person who is going to attain that state where he is going to work, but he will see that he has not worked at all. He says, Yadricha lava santushto. Whatever comes your way, unasked, unexpected, undesired, whatever comes your way, undesired, unasked, unexpected, just be happy with that. Don't complain. I wanted this, I wanted that, I got this. Don't complain. Whatever it has come, just be happy with that. Yadricha lava santushto. Dandatito. Dandatito. Dandatito means beyond any kind of quarrel. Where is this quarrel? This quarrel is not in the external world. This quarrel is within my mind. One part of my mind does not agree with another part of my mind. One part of my mind says yes, another part of my mind says no. And there is always a quarrel, there's always an argument, a war going on between both parts of my mind. Dandatito means that is called dvanda. That is this quarrel, this argument which is going on always within these two parts of my mind, that is called Dvanda. Dvanda Tita, I have reached complete conclusion. I don't get into any quarrel of my mind. I have complete resolution. What is that complete resolution? The complete resolution is this, that whatever karma I have to do, I don't need any results at all. I don't need to be, I don't need to be interested in the results at all. Whatever karma comes in front of me, I'm going to do each and every karma with full, with full devotion, with full sincerity, with full honesty. But I don't want any, anything in return. If I am very, 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 very firm in this conviction, then I am beyond all argumentations of the mind. The mind does not argue at all. I've come beyond this argument. And when I've come beyond dandatito, when I've come beyond all arguments, all quarrel, what happens? I come to the point of unity. That is why when Krishna, at the second chapter, when he was introducing this karma yoga, he said, Arjun, karma yoga, the results of karma yoga is infinite. If you can, if you can follow karma yoga, if you can practice karma yoga in your life, the result that you are going to get through this karma yoga is getting connected with the infinite. Dandatito, here when it says dandatito means you go beyond all argumentation, you go beyond all quarrel. That is, you go to the point of unity. And this point of unity is infinity. So you go into the point of infinity. So, yadricha lava santushto dandatito bimatsara. Matsar. Matsar means, to be melancholy, depressed, frustrated. People who get affected with the situation of life. Don't get affected by the situations of life. Try to stay, stay happy. Try to stay always cheerful. Try to stay always positive. Because any kind of negative situation also is a positive situation. Because they have also come to take you into the next level of your existence, of your evolution. So don't look at it as negative. Look at it as a positive, positive occurrence in your life. Somebody has broken your heart. Somebody has done something very bad to you, and you are like completely broken. That I've been robbed. I've been broken. But don't do this. Try to see the positive side of that. Life is full of steps. Each and every step, you complete one step, you have to go to the next step. Sometimes what happens is that when we are in one step, we like that step so much, we get attached to the step, and we don't want to go to the next one. We just keep enjoying into the step where we are, and we don't want to go into the next step. But it cannot be. It is not possible, because the time is moving. Everything is in motion. You're part of this whole motion. You are part of this universal motion. So you need to also move out. You also need to, you also need to move beyond that, move away from that. But if you get stuck into that, what happens? Then what happens? Situations are created in such a way where you are bound to get rid of that. And you go, unknowingly, you just step into the next step. So when you think that, I'm robbed, I'm being betrayed, I'm being this. No, nobody has betrayed you. You were betraying your own growth. You were the cause of your own degrowth. You were just getting attached, into that point so much that you didn't want to move away. You didn't want to go forward. But if you don't go forward, the whole process of this entire universe is going to stuck, because you are a essential part of this universe. If you don't go forward, the whole process is stuck at one point. So it is the nature which creates situations which compels you to go to go into the next step. But because we are not aware about this, we complain. Somebody has done something bad to me. Somebody has betrayed me. I also did this, But ultimately I saw it's not that. It was only my own attachment, that's all. I was due for the next step, but I did not take that next step. People told me, get out, get rid of this, but I did not do that. And because I did not do that, I had to face this situation where I thought that I am betrayed. But I was not betrayed. It was me who was betraying myself. Nobody is betraying me, So whenever you think that people are betraying you, people are the cause of your own, sadness. They're not the cause. It's you. Deep down somewhere, you are attached to something which you are not supposed to be. And just to make you realize about that, and to make you, get rid of that, this situation was created. That's all. Like, when a child, he goes to a shop, he goes and gets hold, he just holds the jar of candies in such a way that he wants to bring the whole jar with him into, what does the parent do? The parent can give them 2 or 3, 5, but not the whole jar. But the child wants the whole thing. So then the parent creates situation where the child has to compromise with this 2 or 5 or 10 and come with the parent. But this is because it was not the parents who did this. It is because of the child. So here also we are like childs. We don't realize what we need, what we are asking for. We don't realize. We think that whatever we ask is real. Whatever we ask is just, but it's not that. If you see yourself from the point of infinity, you will see you don't need at all. Everything which is with you is excess. Everything which you have is excess. Everything which you possess is excess. You don't need anything. The nature has given everything to you. You'll be ashamed of why you are asking for things. You will be ashamed because you will see that the nature has given you everything without asking. So try to see yourself from the point of infinity. So here it says, yadricha lava santushto dandatito bimatsara. Don't be melancholy. Don't be morose. Don't be sad. Don't be depressed. Don't complain. Cheer up. Be happy. Be happy in every situation. Know that each and every situation comes to take you towards the next one. And the next one is really beautiful. The next one is really beautiful. Though you have not seen it, it's more beautiful than what it was. So welcome that. Don't be, melancholic. Bimatsara. Sama siddha va siddho. Try to consider each and, all the success and failure to be the same. Whenever you are working, you are bound to have success, you're bound to have failure. So, both success and failure are the same thing. They are not two. Success is failure in some way or the other. Failure is success in some way or the other. How to see? Just try to see success from an aerial view. Just try to see success from the beyond. Try to see failure from the beyond. You will see both are the same. While you succeed, you fail, you lose many things. And while you fail, you gain so many things. Which one is success? Which one is failure? Which one is failure? It's our own perception where we judge success and failure. It's our own perception. I need this, and if I don't get that, that is success. That is failure. But I don't see that I have found that. Another thing, which is much more, better than this. But because I am completely into this, into A, and because I have not attained A, that is a failure for me. But the attainment of B does not have any meaning. But attainment in this B might have more value than A. So success and failure are the same. Try to treat them together. Whenever you fail, try to see everything from beyond. Try to see it from the eyes of one of your friends. Don't put yourself into that. Try to see how your friend is looking at this whole situation. Try to see how he is looking or somebody else is looking, and try to appreciate that. You will see you will become much more happy. You'll become much more better person. So dandatita vimatsara, don't be melancholic, always be cheerful. Sama siddhava siddho chakritvapi na nivaddate. If you can do this, then whatever you are into, you are not going to get binded by anything or the other. You will always, always enjoy this freedom within you. You will always enjoy this bliss of freedom, this bliss of liberation within you. Okay, so let us stop here. If you have any question, you can ask, or we can have some meditation. But I have to tell you that whenever I come to you and talk to you, I really feel very well, very, very, at home, very comfortable. And I think that the quality of my speech also becomes better, when I come and talk to you.
Yeah.
And that is why I'm very, very thankful to you, all of you.
Well, we're the fortunate ones, Swamiji. It is our gift.
Okay. Thank you. That's better. That is another way of looking into this thing, So perhaps the better way to look into this,
Yeah, that's
And
true.
you are
And
the one who gets.
we're the ones with the gift.
Yeah.
And we just sit here and you're providing. We just turn up,
Yeah. Yeah. That's the best way to look at it, I think.
Yeah.
So any question?
I actually just wanted to raise something. It's not a question, but I just noticed, when working with people, sometimes that transition between being in a trauma and then having the ability to be far enough away from the emotion of it that you can see, oh, this has been an act of grace, or this is beneficial. That in between time is the tricky time, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah. So means for some time you need to take care of them, But what I have seen is that while you take care of them, just tell them the truth. Just telling them the truth, Truth is a very, 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 strong medicine. And truth and the reach of truth is much more than what we can comprehend. Understand? Just tell them the truth, what they need to do. Like when I'm doing things here, there are many things which are very, very risky. Okay? Like there are people who are getting, who are renunciating. There are some boys who are here who are, who are getting ready to renunciate their life. They are also going to become a monk. So there is certain risk about this. Okay? Their background, their everything, there's a risk factor. What I have seen is that always truth helps in each and every aspect of life. You need to, with a great love and with a great patience and with a very like a mother, with a very soft heart, tell the truth. This is the truth, you see. And you will see slowly they also comes to terms with them, with that truth. And that gives them happiness. That gives them a great joy. It gives them liberation.
My heart loves hearing that. Yeah. sometimes
And
people.
this work, Shelly, that we are doing, you know, what I have seen, it is like 5% our effort and 95% is the divine which works. You know, you just need to, our effort means you just need to just start the engine, that's all, you know. You just need to wake up. That is the thing what you need to do. You just need to keep yourself, you know, so much organized that you can do everything in time. That is the only effort that you need. Everything other than this is done by the divine. Okay. And when the divine is doing this, have full faith in that divine, that he is going to do everything right. You know, what I see is that my work in the entire day is this, that I wake up at 4 o'clock. Like when I wake up at 4 o'clock, I decide that I need to wake up. That's it. That decision is the only work that I do in the entire day. And the, you know, all the other things are done by the divine, you know, each and everything. The only thing that I do in my entire day is that decision to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's all. The rest is taken care of by the divine. Just, you know, raise your hands and let him guide you. Let him take you wherever it wants to. Don't try to understand. Don't try to know anything. Just keep sailing, and, you know, let him sail. Let him
Gee.
have the reins of your life. Let him have the reins of your life.
Beautiful way to end, Swamiji. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Can we meditate?
Whereabouts are we?
Oh,
Huh?
whereabouts are we, Swamiji? Where did we finish?
Okay, so we have finished. Twenty-two.
32.
Excellent.
That was just so fabulous.
Wasn't it?
Mm.
You know, there is another one which I need to, you know, this is one among this whole thing. So let us discuss this 23rd also, okay? So it says that Gata Sangyasya Muktasya Jnanavastita Chetasa Yajnaya Charata Karma Samagram Prabilyate. Now it says that, you know, Gata Sangyasya Muktasya Jnanavastita Chetasa. Gata Sangyasya means try to remain, you know, remain away from all attachment. Try to, you know, try to separate yourself from all attachment. Okay. Gata Sangyasya Muktasya means if you can stay away from attachments, that is how you are going to attain liberation. Okay. And when you become liberated, then what happens? Jnanavastita Chetasa. Your mind, your intellect, your existence is completely established in knowledge. So, you know, if you really want to remain established in knowledge, what you have to do is, you know, wherever there is attachment. Now, how to know wherever there is attachment? Just close your eyes and see what are the things that is attracting you. That is, you know, that is attracting you. Just, you don't need to do anything. Just, you know, just close your eyes and see what are the things which comes to your attention. Those are the things with which you are attached. Okay, just get rid of them. How? By turning your face. There's no other way. Just turn your face. I don't like you. That's all. Finish. Okay, so that is what, you know, Gata Sangyasa. That is how you just get rid of all your attachments. And when you get rid of all your attachments, then you see that you are feeling so much freedom, peace, you know, liberation, muktasya. Then you feel so much, you know, so much like liberation. And when you feel this liberation, then only what happens is your whole system is established in knowledge. Jnanavastita chetasa. Your knowledge or your existence, your mind, your intellect is completely established in that divine or wisdom or knowledge or truth. Okay, and then what to do after that? After that, what we have to do? Yagyaya charata karma. Then whatever karma I do, I have to do it as if I am performing any yagya. I'm performing any yagya. Means yagya is performed, the yagna, the Vedic sacrifice is performed only for others. It is not performed for any individual. So yagyaya charata karma means all the karmas that you do, they should be performed as yagya. Okay, samagram pravilyate, and thus everything is going to mingle into that divine. You are going to mingle into that divine. Okay, so this is the end of 23rd verse of the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Satyanath Maharaj ki jai. Good night.
Okay.